So in this video, we are going to learn how to add new Teachable user to a segment in Flodesk as subscriber. Now let's say you are using Teachable as a LMS platform and you have created a school over there. Now you want that whenever a new user signs up for that school, a new user is created in your Teachable school, you want to add that user as a subscriber in Flodesk. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. Using the simple automation, whenever a new user will be created in Teachable, automatically with the same details, instantly that same user will be added as a subscriber in Flodesk. Also, we are going to add that same newly added subscriber, that user, into a specific segment in our Flodesk account as well. So if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Teachable to Flodesk. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first, we are going to connect our Teachable account, our Teachable school with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. So that every time a new user is going to sign up for our Teachable school, automatically the details of that newly signed up user, of that new user, will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. After that, using this automation, we are going to add that new user as a subscriber in our Flodesk account. And also, we are going to add that subscriber into a specific segment in Flodesk in the next step. So let's start with this complete process. We will come to our trigger window and here in Choose App, we will search for Teachable. Just select it. After selecting Teachable in Trigger Event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as New User because we want to get the details of a new user. Now, if you want to set up this automation of a new enrolled user or of a new sale, you can select any other trigger event of your choice as well. So I want to get the details of new user and add them into Teachable. So I've selected new user as a trigger event over here. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Teachable account with Pabbly Connect and get the new user details over here. So what we have to do, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and then just go to your Teachable account. After reaching to our Teachable account, from the left sidebar, just go to Settings and under Settings, go to Webhooks over here. Now here you can see a list of webhook which I have already added in my Teachable account. Just click on this Add Webhook button and then here it is asking us for the webhook URL. Now here in this field of webhook URL, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, the next thing it asks us is the webhook event, that for which particular event we want Teachable to send the data to this webhook URL to Pabbly Connect. So here in the drop down you can see 2 options. First one is all event. If you select all event, Teachable is going to send the data to Pabbly Connect to this webhook URL for each and every event. But here guys, we just want to get the details of new user. So we are going to select custom over here and from this drop down, from this list of different events, we are going to select new user over here. After selecting new user as an event, just scroll down and at last it is asking us webhook payload settings. Send data as a JSON array. We just have to turn this button on. We just have to switch it to the right side and then just click on save. And as we click on save, here you can see we have successfully added this webhook URL in our Teachable account. And now we have successfully connected our Teachable account with Pabbly Connect over here. Now every time we are going to receive a new user will register in our Teachable account, in our Teachable school. The details of that newly added user will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we can see it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get the details of a new user from Teachable. So let's add it. I will just go to my Teachable school. I will just copy the link of my school and go to the Incognito tab. And here I'll just open my Teachable school over here. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add a dummy user over here. We are going to sign up with the details of a dummy user. So I will just go to this sign up page and enter the details of a dummy user. For example, the name of the person is dummy user. This is the email address. And this is a password. So just now we have entered the details of a test user over here. Now what we are going to do, we are just going to sign up with this dummy details on our Teachable school. Click on this sign up button. And it is done. With the name of dummy user and this email address, just now a new user has signed up on our Teachable school. Now after signing up, because we have connected our Teachable school with Pabbly Connect using the webhook URL, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow here in the trigger window, you can see we have received this response. And in this response, you will see the details of the exact same user. Here you can see the type, that for what type of event we have received the response. The type is user.created. Then we will scroll down and here you can see the name of the same user who has just now signed up on our Teachable school. Also we will scroll down, here you can see the ID and you can see the email address of this same user as well. So this means guys, the connection between Teachable and Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And whenever a new user is going to sign up, whenever a new user will be added in our Teachable account, automatically the details of that newly signed up user will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have received the details of a new user from Teachable inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to send this new user details like the name and the email address to Flodesk so that we can add this user as a subscriber in Flodesk. For that, we will just scroll down and come to this action window. And here in Choose App, we are going to search for Flodesk. Just select it. After selecting Flodesk in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as create/update subscriber and then just click on connect. Now here guys, we have to connect our Flodesk account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, select add new connection over here and click on this connect with Flodesk button. After clicking on it, here in this new tab, you can see we just have to enter the login credentials, the login details of our Flodesk account. So here I have entered the email address and password of my Flodesk account and then just click on this sign in button. And as we click on sign in, we will see our Flodesk account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. But before that, it is asking us for the permission. Just click on this allow button and it is done. Now after clicking on allow, we will see our Flodesk account get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the field. So this action event is of create/update subscriber. So here guys, using this action event, Flodesk is going to search for the subscriber, search for the user in our Flodesk account. If we already have the subscriber, that user in our Flodesk account, then in that case, we are just going to update the details of that subscriber. And if not, in that case, we are going to create the new subscriber. We are going to add that new user as a subscriber over here. So here in field, in the drop-down, you can see two different options, email and subscriber ID. So we want to search and update the subscriber by email. So we are going to select email over here. And here in field value, we have to mention the email address of the new subscriber, of the new user which has signed up on our Teachable account. So we have received the response, the details of the newly signed up user from Teachable inside Pabbly Connect. So here in the trigger window, you can see we have received the response of email. And from this trigger responses which we have received from Teachable, we have to map this response of email address over here in this field value field. Now here guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Just click on this field and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Teachable of a new user. And out of all of these responses, select this response of email and it will be mapped over here. So whatever email address the user is going to enter while signing up on our Teachable school, automatically with the same email, that user will be added as a subscriber in Flodesk. After mapping the email address, the next thing it asks us is the first name and the last name. So here we have to enter the name of the person as well. So we have received the response of the full name of the user. So on our Teachable sign up page, we have asked for the full name, and here you can see the response of the full name. But in Flodesk, it is asking us for the separate response of first name and last name. Now what we have to do, we have to basically split this response of full name in two parts of first name and last name over here. And to split this full name into two of first name and last name, we will be using a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called text formatter. So just scroll down, and here before this Flodesk step, just click on this add action step button over here. And then a new action step is added. And here in choose app, search for text formatter. Just select text formatter over here. After selecting text formatter by Pabbly, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as split text over here. And then just click on connect. After clicking on connect, the first thing it asks us is text to split. That what is the response, what is the text to whom we want to split into parts. So we want to split the response of this full name. We want to split this full name of the user in two parts. So we are going to map this response of full name over here in this text to split field. And the process of mapping stays the same. Just click on this field, and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Teachable. And this time, we are going to select the response of name and map it over here. After mapping the name, the next thing it asks us is the separator. So we want to separate, we want to split this response before and after the space. So between first name and last name, we have the space. So we are going to use space as a separator. And to use space as a separator, we have to write space like this in double curly braces. So we have entered space as a separator. And here in segment index from the drop down, select all over here. And just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received some response from text formatter. And in this response, you can see we have successfully splitted the response of full name in two different responses of first name and last name. Now what we have to do, we just have to map this response of first name and last name over here into the respective fields of this create update subscriber of Flodesk. So let's map it. We will just click here, but right now in the drop down, you can't see any data to map. So because we have added a new step, because we have added some new data before this Flodesk action step, it is not showing us any data to map. So what we have to do, we just have to click on this refresh fields button once. And after refreshing it, here you can see the email address is mapped once again. And now when we will try to map the data, here you can see in the drop down, we can see the responses of previous two steps. So here from the drop down from text formatter responses, select the response of first name and map it in the first name field. Follow the same process for last name as well. Just click here, and from the drop down, select the response of last name and map it too. So in this way, we have successfully separated the response of full name in two parts and mapped it into their respective fields. Then it is asking us send opt-in confirmation email to subscriber. That do you want to send the opt-in confirmation email to the new subscriber which we are adding? So if you want to send, select yes, but right now I don't want to send the opt-in confirmation email. So I will be selecting no over here. Then it is asking us for the mobile number and company of the new subscriber that we are adding. But we haven't received the response of the mobile number and the company of the user from Teachable. If you want, you can add this field into your sign up page of Teachable. You can get the response and map this response into their respective field. But both of these fields of mobile number and company are not mandatory, are not required. So if you want, you can ignore these two fields for now as well. And after that, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that we will be receiving some response over here, and we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the user whose details we have mapped over here, basically the same user who has just now signed up on our Teachable school, this new user has been added as a subscriber in our Flodesk account. So let's check it. We will go to a Flodesk account and we will go to this audience section over here. And yes guys, here you can see that dummy user, the same user whose details we have entered on our Teachable sign up page, the same user who has just now signed up on our Teachable school, that same user with the same name and email address has been added as a subscriber in our Flodesk account. So here guys, you can see The step 2 of setting up this automation is also completed. We have successfully added the user who has signed up on our Teachable school as a subscriber in Flodesk. Now let's move to step 3. In step 3, what we want to do, we want to add this newly added subscriber into a specific segment in our Flodesk account as well. So we will just go to this segment section, and here you can see in my Flodesk account, I have created a segment named as new teachable users. This is the segment. Now I want that all the users who are signing up on my Teachable school, we are adding those users as subscribers in Flodesk. Now in Flodesk as well, I want to add all of these users into a specific segment. Now for that, we will just scroll down and just click on this Add Action Step button over here for one last time. And after clicking on it, here in Choose App, once again search for Flodesk. Just select it. After selecting Flodesk in Action Event from the drop-down, this time we have to select the action event as Add Existing Subscriber to Segment. Just select this action event over here. Now just click on Connect and select Existing Connection. So because we have connected our Flodesk account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection over here. You can select the existing connection and click on Save. Now when we click on Save, here you can see once again our Flodesk account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. And after making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the subscriber email. That what is the email address of the subscriber to whom we want to add into a segment. So after adding the user as a subscriber in Flodesk, here in the response you can see we have received the email address of the subscriber. So from these Flodesk responses, we are going to map this response of subscriber email over here in this field. And guys, the process of mapping, as you all know, stays the same. It's very simple. Just click here, and from the drop down from Flodesk responses, select the response of email, and it will be mapped over here. So whatever subscriber we are going to add in our Flodesk account in this step, we are going to move that same subscriber into this segment in Flodesk as well. After mapping the subscriber email, it is asking us to select the segments. And here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the segments which I have created in my Flodesk account. So here in Flodesk, you can see there are all the segments which I have created. And here you can see a list of all of these segments over here. So here guys, we have to select that in which particular segment or to which particular segments we want to add these subscribers. So I want to add a subscriber in this segment named as new teachable user. So I have selected this segment over here. If you want, you can add the subscriber in multiple segments as well. So from the drop down, you can see all the segments in which you want to add these subscribers. But right now in this automation, I just want to add the subscriber in this particular segment. So I will be selecting that segment over here. And then just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we will be receiving a response over here. And we have received it. And this response also seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the subscriber which we have just now added, means the user who has just now signed up on our Teachable account, that new user is now successfully added to a segment in Flodesk as well. So here guys, we'll go to a Flodesk account. We will go to this segment of new teachable user. And yes, here you can see that the same user, the same subscriber which we have just now added is added to a specific segment in our Flodesk account as well. This means we have successfully created this automation workflow using which whenever a new user will be added, whenever a new user is going to sign up on our Teachable school, automatically the same user will be added as a subscriber in our Flodesk account, and also we are going to add that same user into a specific segment of Flodesk as well. So here guys, after setting up this automation, what we are going to do, we are going to just test this automation workflow once again. We will just go to the Incognito tab. And here we are just going to log out from this account to which we have just now signed up. And we are going to add a new user. We will go to the sign up page, and here we are going to sign up with the details of a new user this time. For example, the name of the person is test user. This is the email address. And this is the password over here. So just now we are entering the details of a new user on our Teachable sign up page. A new subscriber, a new user will be added in Teachable. Just click on this sign up button. And it is done. So this new user has just now signed up on our Teachable school. And we will see as the user signs up, instantly, automatically within few seconds, this same user will be added as a subscriber in Flodesk. So we will just go to a Flodesk account and go to this subscriber section. And yes, here you can see that instantly within seconds, this new subscriber test user, the same person, has been added in our Flodesk account. Also, you can see the same subscriber is added in Flodesk, and after creating the subscriber, we have added this subscriber to this specific segment of new teachable users as well. So a subscriber is added to a segment automatically as well. So guys, here we have tested this automation in real time and it is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down to your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.